It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Not far east from the unmistakable buildings of the nation's capital. We've got a building that's also unmistakable in sight, but bears a new name. Welcome to Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. But, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Forced out to his right, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here now are the Buccaneers on offense to begin their first drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field, you just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
They kick the running back in motion. They're going to throw first play with Mayfield. Evans brings in the slant. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Running right, it's Irving. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Baker now from the gun. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. On the give, this is Irving. Dukes that over, and he's going to haul it in for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. For the offense, you got to love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their second drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3-and-out to begin this game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Slot man motioned over. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's complete. McLaurin along the sideline. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. He'll get this to Samuel. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Stop that time by Jamel Dean.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Robinson on the inside give. He'll cobble together a yard there. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. They pick up one on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd and short, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Daniels on 1st down. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Daniels. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. And for the Buccaneers, it's a nickel look. 3rd down coming. Out of the gun, Daniels. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Yeah, this defense is seeing a vulnerable offense right now, an offense that can't protect itself. First and foremost, before you do anything else, you got to make sure you account for everybody. And right now, this defender, well, he's taking this game over.
So they bring Tress Way back out there for another punt. Trey Palmer on the return for the Buccaneers. And it sails out of bounds. That's a good kick. Got all the way down to what looks like the 10-yard line before leaving the field. Tampa Bay sending its offense out. Their 2nd drive coming up. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few bluebirds.
Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
They motion the tight end over. 1st down, here's Baker. That's caught, it's Cade Otton. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down, ball at the 36. Off the play fake, here's Mayfield. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again is Baker. This one's taken in by Otton. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Mayfield to throw again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the 1st quarter. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Juke the defender. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Right back to Irving now. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. 3rd down, here's Mayfield. Hauled in by Godwin. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Mayfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So 2nd down coming up.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Baker now off the play fake. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Baker throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. This a 54-yarder. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And it stays a 1-possession game at 7 points.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Daniels now. Short pass brought in. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 48. That's taken in by Samuel. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That's a short gain of 1. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Completed left side to Samuel. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Short side option here. He's running left. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
They're set up at the 35 now. Oh, here's another option. This one going right. Across the 20, continuing to work. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. And oh, he got it! Interception! Jamel Dean makes the play.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. They left a few on the table their last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Catch made underneath by the back. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Mayfield. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. And it's the Buccaneers with a 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. Right outside, hauled in by Godwin. And they get this down to the 28. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Mayfield now from the gun. Got his target, it's Otten. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Offense staying out there, it's 4th and 1. Mayfield to throw for it. He finds him beyond the marker. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And look at the footwork there, touchdown! The Buccaneers grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown! Wow, just fantastic work there, tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there, great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers...
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
No change to the call on the field, so that play's going to remain a touchdown. McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. He fields it from the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. The Commanders head out now late in the first half. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Daniels from the pistol. Has a man, it's Ertz. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Washington calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Out of the gun, Daniels. Hauled in left side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. To the line we go. They're set, first and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Getting out to his left. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. We've reached the break. The Bucs visitors, but fighting out to an early advantage. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half out of running back Bucky Irving. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Buccaneers getting their offense set to go to begin the third. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Irving on the inside give. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Second and 6 coming up here. Once again, Irving. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up third down. Mayfield set to pass. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. From the gun, Mayfield finds him over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Irvin here from the gun. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Evans, the motion man here. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Got Evans. It's complete. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Now here's a spot where the timing's got to be absolutely perfect, Kate, between the quarterback and the receiver. That throw is made before that receiver's ever thinking of coming out of his cut. Too early, it's incomplete. Too late, and it's headed the other way.
From the 33 on 2nd down. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made on the play by Dietrich Wise.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because you throw it in double coverage. And you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Throwing, Baker. Completed over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Buccaneers grow the lead coming out of halftime. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers stretch their lead to 21. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Commanders set to take over. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. An option give to Robinson. And he's going to take this one to the 25 before going down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Daniels. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
3rd and short. He's taking the option right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, that happens so fast. That decision, we talk about decisions in the passing game all the time, but in these run options where you give it to the back or you keep it yourself, that decision-making is so critical. Well done to get the first.
1st and 10 from the 41. Daniels. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Able to find Ertz. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often a unit can't keep that contained, and a play like that will go for a big gain.
3rd and short, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Another carry for Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a yard on the play, and that takes us to the end of quarter number 3. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Now Daniels to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Throwing now, Daniels. Flush down out to his left. He's running for it. And he'll go down here at the 16. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Working inside the red zone. Ertz reels it in. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 6 coming up here. A run here with Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. Once more, it's Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now, after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. So now, here's 3rd and goal. To throw, Daniels. And they will score! Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders get it back to within 2 possessions. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Got his target, it's Otten. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd down now, 7 to go. The give for the first time to Rashawn White. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Third down, here's Mayfield. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Commanders will go on offense. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Has a man. It's Ertz. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. Then he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Offense in the hurry up here. Again, Daniels to the air. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And they make this stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 37. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Offense up to the line fast. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
That's taken in by Samuel. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Commanders, 14 points back. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. He'll throw it yet again. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst, and that's up with contact.
He brings it in, and he drives this forward to the 6. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw it. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. And 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. Looking for some... And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal, and I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can, and certainly was, effective.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. So they're going to line up for the onside kick that may just decide this game. Just over a minute to play. And the Buccaneers manage to recover the football. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. The Buccaneers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's the give to Irving. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Washington calls it second timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And that's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. It's victory formation the rest of the way for these Buccaneers, who take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Out for one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Or both.
All of us.
Yeah,
All of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.